The scene opens to a close-up of an old photograph of a typical suburban family home. The shot is eerily still. Suddenly the sound of a phone rings, cutting through the silence. The camera shifts to a police dispatcher answering the call. Dispatcher, shocked. "Sir, what are you reporting?" The voice on the other end, cold and emotionless, replies, "There's a family. The Oteros. You'll find them, inside." Cut to black. It began in 1974, when an entire family, the Oteros, was found brutally murdered in their own home. The camera follows a slow, unsettling pan over the scene. Signs of a struggle, overturned furniture, and chillingly, the lifeless bodies of Joseph and Julie Otero, along with two of their children, Joseph Jr. and Josephine. The killer took his time, binding each victim, torturing them before ending their lives. It was the first known act of a man who would terrorize Wichita for decades, Dennis Rader, later known as the BTK killer. BTK, an acronym standing for Bind, Torture, Kill, became his signature. Rader craved attention and sent letters to the media and police describing his crimes in disturbing detail. He enjoyed the fear he generated, knowing the community was paralyzed and the police were clueless. BTK's need for recognition drove him to send taunting letters to the media, describing his methods with cold precision. The letters outlined his sick fascination with binding his victims, subjecting them to psychological and physical torture before finally ending their lives. Outwardly, Rader led a normal life. A respected church leader, a loving father, and a local Cub Scout leader, he presented himself as the model citizen. For over 30 years, Rader managed to evade capture, balancing his normal life with the twisted urge to kill. The camera zooms in on Rader's face as his calm expression turns cold, hinting at the darkness beneath. Despite his seemingly normal existence, Rader continued to kill. His victims ranged in age, but the method was always the same: binding, torturing, killing. Each crime was meticulous, carefully planned and executed with a chilling detachment. Rader often prepared what he called hit kits, bundles of items he would use during his attacks. He was meticulous, stalking his victims for weeks before striking. The Wichita police were growing increasingly desperate. Despite the letters, there were no solid leads, no fingerprints, and no direct connections between the victims. Detective, frustrated. "We are doing everything we can, but this individual is highly elusive. He's not leaving anything behind." Rader's arrogance grew as the years passed. He reveled in the fact that police couldn't catch him, but his compulsion for recognition would eventually lead to his downfall. After a period of dormancy, BTK resurfaced in 2004, sending a floppy disk to the police. He believed it was untraceable. It was a fatal mistake. Forensic analysis revealed a hidden clue on the disk, the name Dennis Rader. Within weeks, police had zeroed in on the unassuming family man. Neighbor, shocked. "Dennis? I can't believe it." Rader's DNA matched evidence from the crime scenes, and after 3 decades, the BTK killer was finally caught. In a chilling confession, Rader detailed his murders without a shred of remorse, cementing his place as one of the most notorious killers in U.S. history. The BTK killer lived among us, his public persona hiding the true face of a cold-blooded killer. Even now, his story serves as a reminder that sometimes the most dangerous monsters are the ones we trust.